fantastic night at Wembley and watch a catastrophe, potential catastrophe, with Manny Pacquiao, 46, one of the greats of all time.
Tremendous shape. You're ready to fight Barrios tonight and make history, Manny.
Manny, you excited to step into the ring again?
Yes.
What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Don't worry about it.
So what happens when the most decorated boxer in history comes out of retirement at 46 to chase one last world title? Well, Manny Pacquiao, an 8-division champion, political icon, and future Hall of Famer, is back. And he's not returning for a farewell tour or a quick payday. No, he wants the WBC belt. And the man in his way? A 29-year-old fighter in his prime, Mario Barrios.
What's up, guys? So it looks like Manny Pacquiao is going to return thanks to Happy Punch putting out this information. Go check them out on Twitter or X. It says WBC president announces Mario Barrios, hopefully I'm saying that right, will defend his welterweight title against Manny Pacquiao in July. So Manny Pacquiao is returning and automatically getting a title shot. That doesn't seem like a fair thing to happen, but I guess that's what we're going to get. I haven't watched Manny Pacquiao in a few years. Like, I don't remember. I didn't watch his last couple fights, and but I don't think he's getting older, and yeah, maybe he can beat this guy. But I just don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I thought he retired, and now he's coming back out. All these boxers are coming back out of retirement. Tyson Fury retired, and now he's wanting a rematch against the champ again for the 3rd time. But here we go again. Another retired boxer coming back out of retirement for a title shot that they really don't deserve because they haven't been around boxing in a while. Like, comment, and share, guys. If you want to support my channel. Shit, I can't speak. Holy crap. Anyways, bye, guys.
This isn't just a comeback. It's a fight full of legacy, danger, and deep emotion. And that recent face-to-face between Manny and Barrios? Yeah, it didn't just get heated. It got personal. Let's break it all down. Pacquiao hasn't fought since 2021, when he lost to Yordenis Ugas in what many thought was his final fight. After that, he focused on politics, served in the Senate, and became a national icon beyond boxing. Most legends retire then.
Manny Pacquiao, the legendary 8-division world champ, is making a comeback at 46 to fight for the WBC welterweight title held by Mario Barrios. It's been 4 years since Pac-Man's last pro fight, but he's ready to prove age is just a number. Even Terrence Crawford, the former undisputed welterweight champ, believes Pacquiao can pull this off. If he succeeds, it will be a historic achievement, as he last held a world title in 2019. This summer's showdown against the 29-year-old Barrios is set to be a thrilling event.
But this is Manny Pacquiao we're talking about.
You know, Manny, for a lot of people, you are the greatest fighter in history, the only champion for 4 different decades. When you beat Barrios, what does that say?
Oh, it's a big thing for it's a big thing for me.
3 years later, and just weeks before his Hall of Fame induction on June 4th, the 46-year-old announced he'll fight Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title on July 19th in Las Vegas. And according to insiders, Manny still wants 2 or 3 more fights before finally hanging up his gloves for good.
Manny, I think Rolly has the WBO 147 title. He says you're his legacy fight. Rolando, he says you're his legacy fight.
You can't teach speed, you can't teach power. It's God, it's from God, that's it. People can work on speed their whole life, they're not gonna be fast, man. They work on power, they're not gonna be strong.
Let that sink in. Pacquiao is trying to make history again, nearly 30 years after his debut at age 46, with only a 30-day training camp for a world title. And he chose Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old monster, as the first man standing in his way.
Away from the world of boxing, because there is serious noise now escalating that Manny Pacquiao is going to end that 4-year hiatus, and he is going to be granted an opportunity to be fighting for the WBC welterweight championship of the world against the current champion Mario Barrios. Try and put all that in a box, mate, and make some sense out of it.
Well, if you go back in time 50 years, early 90s, George Foreman had to have something like 19 fights to
Get the
after
shot.
10 years away to come back and get the shot. And the late great, let's call him George Foreman, of course, because he passed recently, age 76. He earned that spot back. He fought Evander Holyfield. He fought Michael Moore and won the title in the end to win the heavyweight championship back at the age of 45. Manny Pacquiao is 46. He's been given the step in by Mauricio Suleiman and the WBC, who are businessmen as much as sanctioning bodies. And I think in this instance, being a Pacquiao file as well, having covered him, like I said, for...
So what happened when the legend and the young lion met face to face? Let's just say things escalated quickly. The second they sat down, the mood changed. Manny was calm and confident. Barrios was focused, hungry, ready to end the legend's run. He leaned in and said, "Respectfully, I'm not here for your legacy. I'm here to take what's mine." Manny smirked back. "I've seen fighters like you. You come fast, but under pressure, you break." The tension kept rising. Barrios questioned Manny's stamina, even mocking his training footage, saying, "Your hands are fast, but your legs are gone. That's facts." Manny didn't flinch. "Legs or not, I still hit harder than anyone you faced." It got real. By the end, only a table and maybe a prayer stood between them.
Nami-miss ko kasi yung boxing eh. Pero exhibition, okay lang, pag exhibition lang. Yun lang. Pero sa akin, siyempre, nasa boxer, gusto mo mag-world champion ulit. But I'm happy naman ako kung ano yung magiging future ko, ano yung pinapabaya ko sa Panginoon. Magkalaban ako, hindi. No problem.
Pero Sir Bob, ano na ho ba? When we're leaving it out in the open, come what may, or determined na tayo to return to the ring?
I cannot say determined na to return, but if there's opportunity, pwede. Pero kung wala, happy na ako doing an exhibition.
Now let's talk about the training video that lit up social media. Just days after the fight was announced, clips of Pacquiao hitting the bag went viral. His hands, still lightning quick. That famous speed, still there. But his footwork, not quite the same.
Wala ginawat na mamuga. Wala ginawat ako. Tayo ba?
Fans online weren't shy. One user posted, them legs ain't there, but that pop and twitch still is. Another said, he got tired hitting the bag. Never seen that before. This ain't it. And some were flat out harsh. We're about to watch Manny get killed. Sad times. Truth is, Pacquiao hasn't had a real fight in nearly 4 years. He did some exhibitions, including an embarrassing loss to Japanese kickboxer Rukia Anpo, but nothing compares to a 12-round war. And at 46, recovery just isn't the same.
Degree, and then out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And
Let's not pretend Barrios is just some random young fighter. This man is the real deal.
Mario got the win. How do you feel about your performance?
I felt alright about it. The eye, like, it made it hard to get my rhythm, to get my range down. But of course, you know, I'm gonna stay in there.
No excuses, but you know, being sick didn't help. Story on the right. Being sick with the flu didn't help. You got it done, baby.
He's the current WBC welterweight champ, coming off a strong win over Fabian Maidana. He has knockout power, elite footwork, and a hunger for respect. He's been on major cards, including the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson Netflix event. Barrios is no longer just a prospect, he's arrived. And this fight with Pacquiao, it's the perfect storm. Amir Khan, who's sparred with both, even warned Manny. Barrios is dangerous, he said. Manny's risking everything. This isn't an easy comeback. Even WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman admitted, it's a huge fight. Pacquiao wants to retire as champion, but Barrios is no pushover. This isn't a cherry-picked farewell, it's full throttle.
Future champion. Champion from 160 to heavyweight.
Wow, yeah. I thought that was Manny Pacquiao for a second.
Everybody says that.
You get that a lot, Jamal?
Was that, sorry?
You get that a lot? You do look like your dad?
Yeah. I mean, when I keep the beard, yeah.
Okay. James, any advice for him? He's about to turn pro.
Man, Pacquiao Jr. is up and coming. He will be a champion sooner than later.
What do you think if him and his dad end up fighting on the same card, like LeBron James?
Hey, it could be me and Pacquiao fighting, thank God. Our sons, his junior and my junior, thank God. Hell of a show, bro. It can't be stopped. Shut up. We'll fight it over.
Are you excited about the fight?
Yeah.
Barrios, you may turn pro on the card, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah, not for sure yet, but you know,
Hopefully
we'll see.
it is.
Hopefully.
I think that would make history.
Yeah.
So your dad, he's special. How do you feel about the fight with Barrios?
It was good. I can see my dad's, you know, he's always stayed in shape year round, plays basketball year round, always running, you know, and all that. So I think it'll be a good one.
He's an icon.
What do you think about other people that are concerned your dad fighting at 46? And he knows what he's doing, right? He's up for it, but the people, the fans that love him so much, the media, they're all concerned. What do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense, you know, like he's 46 now, and then, like even me as his son, you know, like I love him, he's my dad, you know. But there's also concern there, you know, but I believe in him, and yeah, he's shown us that, you know, he stays in shape year round and all that, so like weight's not gonna be a problem, fitness not gonna be a problem.
Bob Arum said once, a great fighter's like Haley's Comet.
So, why is Manny doing this? He's already rich, already a global icon, already headed to the Hall of Fame next month. Some say it's pride. Others say it's about unfinished business after the Ugas loss. Some say it's legacy. ending as world champ. But if you ask Manny, it's simple. He told reporters, "I still feel I've got 2 or 3 fights left. I don't need a long camp. 30 days, that's enough. I'm ready. It's not about money, not about ego. It's about going out my way." The man debuted at 16, fought across 4 decades, and is now stepping into a 5th. If he wins, he'll become the 2nd oldest champion ever, just behind Bernard Hopkins.
Pacquiao set himself up for that to be knocked out like that by Marquez. So, 2 different animals. Yeah, the stories are similar where they coming from lightweights and going up and beating shit up, but the skill set way different.
And we have a chance to eclipse Manny Pacquiao, or eclipse his legacy.
Yeah, we do. Because he gotta... Okay, so look. Anyway, I don't know how tall he is, but Pacquiao probably like 5'5" for real, like 5'6". Seen him before. Anyway, probably a little shorter. But where...
At first, Manny tried to have this fight in Dubai. He's got a golden visa there, a boxing museum, and a whole business network. He calls it his second home. But in the end, PBC pushed to keep it in the US, and the fight is now set for T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and honestly, that's fitting. Manny's legacy was built in Vegas, from De La Hoya to Hatton to Mayweather. This could be the final chapter in the city where legends rise, or fall.
Yeah, this is a big fight.
So they're gonna see a different Manny.
Yeah. I promise, as a head coach, of course, all the team captain can work together with that. All the people, they have a comment that Manny is 46 years old, but I show you.
You know, Manny, people love him. He's the people's champ. He's 46. They're concerned that he's gonna fight again at 46. What are your thoughts on that?
No, don't judge the number. We judge the punch. Manny Pacquiao still strong.
Manny Pacquiao is the best fighter in history, the only division champion, the only champion in 4 different decades. If he beats Barrios and becomes champion again, when he beats him, what does that say?
The stage is set. July 19th, Las Vegas. History on the line. Let's break it down. If Manny wins, he becomes champion again. He walks into the Hall of Fame next month as an active champ and shuts down all doubts about his comeback. But if he loses, it might be bad. Really bad. Because Mario Barrios isn't holding back. He's looking to end the Manny Pacquiao era for good.
147, kind of a weird spot right now. We're looking at Manny Pacquiao potentially facing Mario Barrios. What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like we were talking.
If Pacquiao loses, he might repeat Mike Tyson's mistake. Y'all saw what happened when Tyson came back against Jake Paul. At first, it was all hype, all nostalgia. Iron Mike is back vibes. But when Jake dropped him and got that W, Tyson didn't just lose a fight, he took a hit to his legacy.
Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. What's your take on Jake?
Tyson's 58 years old. Jake fought a guy who was his age and was also considered a boxer, and he lost.
He says he wants to fight Canelo.
I mean, it'd be a fucking 30-second payday for Canelo. Everybody's going to tune in to hope that Mike Tyson knocks him out. They're not tuning in because they think Jake Paul's a great fighter and they want to see him compete.
Suddenly, the talk changed. No one talked about Tyson being the youngest champ anymore. They talked about how Jake Paul beat a 58-year-old legend. And now Pacquiao's in that same risky spot. If Mario Barrios knocks him out, young, strong, and in his prime, this whole comeback might become a joke. Instead of Pacquiao the GOAT, people might say he should have stayed retired. That 8-division legend status, all of it could be overshadowed by one bad night.
Foil there, Manny Pacquiao, getting back in the ring again for a world title fight.
Well, obviously, it has to be pertaining to any kind of money. It has to be financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with money. 1, 2. I think Manny Pacquiao, his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring against Lucas. You know, he didn't look good. He was outmatched by, you know, a fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, you know, bigger fighter, knows how to, you know, control distance very well, can punch a little bit. Like, he's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous. And sometimes, you know, these old legends